Hello, freaks, geeks, degenerates, and all you beautiful scrufftards. Welcome to the Warzone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Skruffytalez. And yes, indeed, Ukraine is retaliating at Pokrovsk, or close to Pokrovsk, I should say. But yeah, they're pushing back. They're pushing back in the Pokrovsk operational area. It's just bonkers what we're seeing in 2026. The Russians are struggling and the Ukrainians are gaining ground along the entire front line. So we don't have many updates for today here with the ISW map. We got two interesting updates. One is very interesting, so we're going to start off with the least interesting and then move over to the most interesting. So heading over to Lyman, and here we go. Dark blue, Ukraine is pushing Russians back, or rather securing territory. As we can see, Russia is trying to push out to the Oskla River, and we're seeing Ukraine mopping up the Russian infiltration units. Important stuff north of Lyman. And so Ukrainian gains, or Ukraine securing territory rather, north of Lyman or northwest. And we're also seeing Ukraine advancing in this area here in the town of Yampil. And but now we're going to move to a really interesting part, and that is at Pokrovsk. We can see how Ukraine appears to be pushing back into Ryshne and securing quite a substantial part of town here, according to ISW, that is. And that's the updates for today. And this is really interesting. I wonder what this is all about. Is Ukraine well and truly pushing back in here and holding the line? Wouldn't that be something? That's just incredible if that is the case. And Russia is pushing hard and aggressively, trying to leave Pokrovsk, trying to push past Ordinsky, and all of a sudden Ukraine is regaining territory. Quite astonishing. So, well, here we have Pokrovsk, Ryshne, and that would be this part of town where the Ukrainians are pushing in. As you can see, there's quite a lot of buildings here, according to ISW, that Ukraine has secured a substantial part of town, actually. Really interesting. So hopefully this is something that Ukraine can build on and keep pushing into town. But this is a section of the front line where the Russians have been. Okay, now things are lagging here. This is, of course, where Russia has been pushing strongly, trying to gain momentum. So if Ukraine can push back and put a stop to this, that's no small thing. I mean, this is another indication that the Russians are struggling. They are lacking manpower, they're lacking resources, and for whatever reason, Ukraine just keeps pushing the Russians back. This is really interesting. Something is going on with the Russian army in 2026. That they just can't push as strongly as they've done before, and they've lost momentum and initiative on every section of the front line. And it's quite extraordinary that we're seeing them losing ground at Pokrovsk. Now, this might be temporary, they might just push back and regain, but judging by how it's going on the other front lines, this is leaning towards being a permanent change on the map, with Ukraine more than likely being in a position to pushing back into Ryshne, based on how things are looking on the other sections of the front line. And I also wanted to highlight this using Deep State here. This is actually the front line on the 1st of June 2023. This is when Ukraine struck out of Velika Novosilka, pushing down to Makarivka. They took Rivnopil and stuff like that. So if you can see here, this is where the Ukrainians are currently. And they're pushing out of Tarnava, they're pushing out of Novomykhailivka, out of Nohorivka, and they're pushing towards Solotka and stuff like that. And Russian mill bloggers are saying that Ukraine is in Timurivka with reconnaissance and sabotage units. So leaving Novomykhailivka, moving down a valley towards this town here, according to Russian mill bloggers. And if that is the case, Ukraine is roughly 6 kilometers away from the front line where it was at in 2023. So in 2 to 3 months, Ukraine has basically almost pushed the front line back to where it was at 3 years ago. That kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it? And this push here, that's a 5 kilometer push according to Russian mill bloggers. So that means that Ukraine potentially could reach this old front line in the next week, maybe in the next month. That really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? Now the war is slow going, obviously, but still, Ukraine reaching the old front line, that would be a big propaganda win for Ukraine, an important propaganda win. So we'll see if Ukraine can push to Timurivka like the Russians are saying, because if they do reach this town, then it's not that far pushing out towards the old front line, reaching Rivnopil. I think Rivnopil is a farm of 4 buildings, come to think of it. But that would be truly something if they could pull that off. And I just thought it was interesting to show you how close Ukraine is at the moment to reaching the old front line from 2023. And now we're moving back north to Sloviansk and Kramatorsk, moving back and forth here, and we're going to take a look at Lyman here and the Ukrainian push at Yampil. We've been talking about this before. I just want to point out that Ukraine is establishing a presence here. You have, let's use green for this, I think. You have a forest here leading all the way up to Lyman. There's some marshes here. It comes down like so, kind of like this, and this of course allows the Russians to push through cover as they're making an approach on Lyman. Otherwise they're forced to come across wide open farmland, and of course this is where Ukraine can quite easily hunt them down with drones. So what Ukraine at the moment appears to be doing is pushing up here, as you can see, into Yampil, and from here they might actually push north further still and cut the Russians off from the woods, and that would force the Russians to operate in the open farmland. And we're seeing Ukraine pushing out this way based on where Russia is aiming artillery, and we also have a lot of geolocated Ukrainians in the town of Yampil itself. So we're going to take a look at the Ukraine control map and take a look at this. So this is from the 24th, Ukrainians operating out here, and this is from the 25th, and this here is from the 31st, and this is from the 15th. So as you can see, the Ukrainians have been pushing steadily, and they are establishing a presence in the southern half of Yampil, and they are pushing out into this portion here to the east of this town, and that puts them in a position here. You can see the woods I was talking about, right? If they can establish a presence here, they could potentially follow this road here north and like I said, cut off the Russians from this part of the battlefield here, where you have the woods with all the cover that will hide the Russians from the drones. And then, as you can see, it would leave the Russians the only option to operate out here in the wide open farmland, where Ukrainian drones can put a stop to any Russian advance. Which is also why I think the Russians are probably going to focus quite a bit on securing Yampil and securing this stretch of woods here that they need in order to reach Lyman safely. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that we do have a whole bunch of confirmed Ukrainian, geolocated Ukrainian presence in the area, and they are establishing a presence, and they are pushing into Yampil further still, which would more than likely put Ukraine in that position where they can threaten the woods here and securing Lyman as a consequence. But the big news surely has to be this here, where Ukraine is pushing back into Ryshne outside of Pokrovsk. And not that long ago, it's a day or two ago, we also saw Ukraine pushing back into a Dachne here, also at outside of Pokrovsk, pushing into these buildings here, into this section of the town. So yeah, God damn it, Ukraine is pushing back along the entire front line in various sections, small gains, but still they have seized initiative and they have momentum. And here we can see at Pokrovsk, Ukraine pushing the Russians back, both at Udachne and at Ryshne. And we'll see if they can keep up this momentum and gaining more territory. The Russians are struggling. There's no doubt about it. The Russians are struggling in 2026. And that's it. And I hope you found it interesting, and that I will see you in the next one. As always, go på marsch, Ukraine, and give them hell.
Ash in the air cuts my lungs like a blade. Mud on my boots, but I'm march unafraid. Fire on the hills paints the sky with rage. I'm a shield for the weak, for freedom, this war I wage. Yeah. Surrender, never fall, never crawl through the blood and the smoke. I will answer the call against 1,000 orcs with their axes and greed. I'll stand defiant, I'll bleed. All free nations I will lead. Through the ash and mud, the fire I go. There are war drums thunder, but my heart beats louder. Steel in my hands provides me with power. A sword for the bold, for the ones who won't kneel. The orcs will break their teeth on the edge of my steel. Never My knees won't bow to the tyrant's will. Let them try to chain me or break their irons. I will always be free. Through the ash, through the mud, through the fire I climb, for my children to live free until the end.